Hi, my name's Duke Rufus. I'm a four-time world champion in kickboxing and Muay Thai. This is my partner, Jason Gladiator Johnson. He's the 1999 World Muay Thai Council Super Heavyweight King's Cup champion. We're here to show you the techniques of Muay Thai and kickboxing. We see a lot of people out there needing a lot of help, and we hope that you can learn a lot more from our video series. We thank you for having us train you on this series. Now we're going to talk about punching. It's always been an integral part of my game plan. I use punching in a lot of great fights against a lot of my adversaries. I knocked out Stan the Man Longanitas with my punching skills. I dropped Curtis Schuster in our fight with my punching skills, and many other great fighters. What's so important about punching, it's just not swinging your arms. What we're going to teach you is how to actually strike, what part of your hands to strike with, what part of the glove to use, when to use the punch, how to use the punch, where, and all these other details that go along with punching. Also the stance. The stance is so important because if you think you're boxing, you're not doing the right punches for Muay Thai, kickboxing, and mixed martial arts. In boxing, they don't have to worry about defending against the kicks, the knees, the elbows, the takedowns, and the grappling. So many other details that we have to defend against here, and we're going to teach you the proper stance, how to hide your chin, how to get more speed without making yourself tired, how to develop more power through your balance, through your stance, the little extra tips that might help you cut a guy, the little extra tips to get more speed on our combinations, and definitely how to defend yourself at the same time you're punching, using the right fakes, using the right setups. Again, working on our stance, balance is power. So in our next segment, we'll start out showing you how to begin your punch vocabulary. We're going to start out with a jab. We're going to start out right from our foundation. We want to set our stance up. Very important is our stance. We're in our stance. See how I place my hands though? I don't want my jab too high or too low. When it's too low, I can get hit to the body. Too high, I'm going to punch slow, and I can get hit here as well. Lower, too low, to the chin. I line my hand up. I've got it turned to the side. This way I've got my jab cocked, ready to go. What I want to do is look right down my arm, chin down. This way I'm protecting myself. I'm pushing my feet forward. I don't want to lean back. Again, you need to be in a good stance. Look at it from this angle. So, pushing off my back foot in my stance, keeping that elbow cocked right in here, ready to push forward. Now, we want to take the jab. I'm going to push off my feet. When I punch out, I'm going to do it slowly. This is what the projection of this punch looks like. Straight out, twisting my hand right at the end of our punch. Watching again. I'm moving my hand always first. Don't step first. When I step first, my opponent sees what I'm going to do. Hand travels, the foot follows. We turn over, and watch how I push off my feet, push my chin down, keeping my right hand up. Now, if you're a left-hander, this would be just the opposite. I retrieve my hand back twice as fast. Again, I don't want to do any sudden movements, and then jab, I'm going to open myself up. Watching how I push my body into this punch here. Straight out, twisting, and back. And then when I punch, always remember, punch out as fast as you go out, you bring it back twice as fast. This is what it looks like from here. Out, and back. Out, and back. Very important, do not punch and drop your hand and try to make another move. You will get clocked with a punch. You've always got to think about when you're punching is your defense. Even though you're attacking, you've got to protect yourself at all times. I've always got to protect myself while I'm punching. The worst punches to get hit back with are counter punches. So out and back. Nice and easy. Very relaxed. Do not hold your breath when you punch. You will become tired. You want it fast. Real fast. Nice and relaxed. What you have to remember, this is a hard surface you're striking with. When you're hitting someone's body, it's going to hurt. The glove is only so thick, you're going to hurt them. I see many guys try and punch so hard that they get slow and they don't hurt them. Speed, Your stance balance and how you push that punch in is your power. You don't have to wind up. Just push it in. And that's the jab. Now we're going to look at the jab in action. What we're going to do quickly is show you what not to do. The very bad things that will occur when you do the jab wrong. Watching here, the last thing I want to do is start with my hand down. One, he can even hit me before I even punch. I don't even have myself protected, keeping that elbow in. Hands up. Another thing is when you jab, don't ride your chin up. He can hit me real easy. Or when I'm jabbing, one of the worst things is to step. He can jab me now and catch me. What I don't want to do is pull, step first, then jab. Easy to get hit. The jab is a race. Whoever hits first does well with the jab. What we're going to do now is show you what the jab looks like. Here's a fast one. Fast. Out and back. Notice, where did I get my power from? My feet. Watch. And as we get a little bit farther away, I have to adjust my footwork. It's all about range. When I get farther, I take a bigger step. Let's look at it from the other side here. Very important, though, again, is the twist of that glove. That's what gives me the impact. Real relaxed, and I push. So I keep the hand up but the chin down at the same time. Real relaxed, pushing off those legs, push the shoulder out. Twist that glove, that's where you get the extra power. If I just push, no power. Watch when I twist. See how I'm moving back? The more I twist on that punch, the more power I get. Watch again. Watch from this angle. You want to push that jab in there and you grind it on the target. Watch it again. And that's our jab. What we're working on now are different variations of the jab. There's just not one variation of a strike. That makes you very pragmatic. You don't want to do the same type of strikes that your opponent. It's very easy for them to read what you're doing, read your style. Not only do you have to be able to punch going forward, you've got to be able to stop them from advancing. And that's what we're working on now, our broomstick jab or defensive jab. What it looks like, instead of advancing at my opponent and punching quick, I'm stepping back and driving my jab in. I'm using the legs. What I want to do, it's almost, this jab is like a lance or a spear. I want them to run right into it and catch them on their chin and knock them back with it. You use their power against them. They're coming in, you crack them coming in with that jab. A little different. We don't go out and back. We try and drive through the target as they're coming in. You step it back and push it in, drop that chin. Defensive jab, they're coming in. Defensive jab, especially when the guy runs in to kick, you can defensive jab. This is a little bit stiffer, and you really use your shoulder on this, what it looks like from the side. Stepping back, see my back foot, I push. If I lean this way, no power. I need that hand to shoot out and push in. Watching from this angle, the defensive jab, and you really have to thrust that hand out. They come in to keep them off. You can keep off fighters when they're running in at you. Defensive jab. This is for someone coming in. The other jab, we were advancing. This is when they come in. Defensive jab. And that's our defensive jab. We'll show you live in a moment what it looks like. There's subtle differences in these punches. What we're going to do is show you live the differences so you can understand exactly what is the offensive jab and the defensive jab. Jason and I are going to face one another. Before we were showing you just a quick jab. He's catching it, I'm coming in. See, I move in. He's not advancing at me. He's stationary or he's moving back. That's the quick jab, and we move our feet. Now, this particular jab, we use the defense. He's coming in. I can step and see I extend off of my legs. If I don't have legs, watch here. He's going to come right through me. He comes in. He's going to strike. I've got to stop him. Watch my legs. The legs are your power, your stance. He comes in, and I drop my weight. I push that shoulder in. See how I try and drive? I catch him coming in. and you push off your legs, chin down, and I extend. I've got to keep them off. Before the quick jab, we were going in, using the shoulder and a little of the feet, skipping in. Now, on the defensive jab, we've got to hold them back. Watch my legs. I keep them off. I push off those legs, especially the back foot, drive that shoulder. He comes in, and you twist. You get the power from the twist. Again, use the legs. It's all about the legs in your stance. He comes in, and you treat those hands right back. That's the difference between the quick jab and the defensive jab. Now we're going to work on the close range jab. We worked our speed jab, our defensive jab. The close range jab is exactly what it says. We're in close. What we're going to show you in the picture shortly is how to do it. You're going to understand why. This is the close range jab. The range of motion is different. Off the quick jab and the power jab, the elbow was in. The elbow is our guide, straight power. On the close jab, we use it forward or back. You're hooking the jab in. You push it in. You look how I go forward. The reason why I have such a different movement here is my opponent is right in front of me. I don't have room to straighten. Look what happens how I punch. I will not get power. I need to snap my shoulder and pop the punch. The twist is in the shoulder and the hand. Watch it from this angle, coming in. And we can use it backwards. See how we use it backwards from this angle. See how I use it? Drop the chin. The more you drop the chin, the more power you get. It's a quick, short strike, and you twist that hand and shoulder. That's the short jab. Now we're going to work on the live short jab or short range jab. Now, very important with this stance, a lot of people have a hard time, especially even in kickboxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts disciplines. The biggest mistake I've seen when a guy's close, they cannot punch. You can punch when you're close, but you can't do it this way. There's no power. There's no power. What I need to do is turn that shoulder and hook it in. Watch it from this angle. You'll see it a little bit better from this angle. I just turn the shoulder in. I can't punch from here. There's no power. See, there's no range of motion. You have to be able to turn that shoulder. Watch the range of motion. Drop that chin. Also, when we're too close, watch it from this angle. We're too close. I have to make room. How do I make room? What we worked on earlier, aforementioned, our footwork. He comes in. See, I catch him hard with that. You move back. Make room when you want to punch. You dictate the pace. Be the boss in the ring. If he comes in, move back. Punch. Watch the angle again. See if he's coming in, move back. And punch. See how I catch him right on the button. Watch him again, move back. And punch. Twist that shoulder, twist that hand, turn that elbow in. Twist. Rip that punch. Move back. And twist. And that's our short range jab. Now we're going to work on one more jab. We're going to work on the body jab. It's not a frequently used punch, but in the right circumstance, it is an awesome way to catch your opponent. Very important with this jab is we're not doing it the same way as our quick jab, our original jab. We don't jab down. As you can see, I can get struck right in the face. I'm wide open. What happens on this jab is I use my legs, and I look up at my opponent to deceive them. I look up, jab down. What I need to do is bend my knees. I don't want to lean over and get caught. This is all with your legs. And how you get power on this is by ripping. Twist your glove at the end of the shot. You look up, jab down. You're probably wondering why this wouldn't do that much power, but what I use it to do, especially when someone's on the ropes, you jab to the body, you're going to come over to the top with your strong right hand. And we'll show you that later in combinations. Watch the angle here. I go down and look up. That's how you fake them out. Down. Quick on that foot. You don't want to lean and fall over. You need your balance. Down. Watch it from this angle here. I'm stepping in. And you jab right in. You twist that glove right on their body and push in. You want to push through their body. That is our body jab. Now we're going to show the application of the body jab. Again, this is a jab that we use in a few choice circumstances. You don't want to start from round one leading with body jabs. This is more of a trick or a once in a while play. Now, very important, we show you this, what to do, or rather not to do. I don't want to lean on this punch because when I lean, he will kick me and or he'll pull me in for the clinch. Very dangerous strikes to get hit with. So, what we're doing to avoid that, I bend it, don't go to the side so he can't get me. And watch what I do. I fake him, I look at his face, and hit. I don't look right at his stomach because he knows when I'm going to hit. And you might even put a little fake in there, or when he's covering up against the ropes, that's when you catch them. You see if they're covering their head, then you can come with another strike. Well, look at it from this angle. Again, watching my body. I don't want to look at his stomach. I'm looking up, drop my weight. And see, I twist. And I push through his stomach. I twist. Twist it in there. Again, I'm looking, get those knees bent, and twist. And ideally later in the combinations off of this, if he gets rocked, he drops his front hand. I come right over with the overhand punch. Again, you twist, and then later on, we'll show you how to put that into our combinations. Now we're going to work on the cross punch. The cross punch is one of my favorite punches. I've knocked out many fighters with this punch, or I use it to set up great kicks. Or I call it the equalizer, offensively or defensively. Offensively, you use it to push our opponent back, or equally when they come in. When you get in trouble, your opponent's coming in, you got to have that crossing power to hit them back, to stop them dead in their tracks or stand them up. Very important is our stance of the cross and positioning of our chin, keeping those hands up, and don't overload up. We're in our stance. Watch how I keep my right hand cocked. If you're left-handed, it'll be your left-handed cocked in your stance. Very important. I'm always in a cross-ready position. The cross you need to do at any time to keep your opponent away from you. That's the whole theory behind our stance. We're in our stance to have our strong hand behind us. In theory, our cross punch should be our strongest punch of our repertoire. Very important, we're going to work on the first cross. We're pitching the hand out. We're stepping out to 11 o'clock. We're on the ball of our right foot. At the end of the punch, we twist our hand. We don't twist the hip all the way. We just turn that hip just a little over square to your target. You twist the hand, wrist is down, chin down, then you push off your feet. Many of the mistakes I see people do is punch flat-footed. Notice I'm only using my arm. I don't get the range of motion. You punch with your legs, your hip, your shoulder. Watch how I use my whole body into this punch. Chin down, pushing in, chin down. Very important with your footwork, you adjust it upon your range. If you're closer, close step, short step, longer step. Watch the angle again, my hands are up. I push and I focus into my target. Chin down, bringing it back. Push the legs. See, I slightly bend my front leg. I need to use that for balance. I can't stand up when I punch, I have no balance. I need to use that ball of the foot, or track start we call it. It's that ball of the foot that projects our body forward. Watch my foot push me, explode into that punch. Without the ball of the foot, I don't have balance. It's easy for my opponent to grab me as well. Use the ball of the foot and hit it. Hit it. So I push in, hit it. Watch again. I push in, twist the hand and the foot together to get that body to explode. It's a rotation again that gives you the power. See my other hand, where's it at? It's protecting me. I've got to keep my other hand up. Dual purposes. If I do get hit back, I can protect myself. Or this is the next punch in my combination. Right here, my arm is cocked, ready to fire another punch. So, very important to keep that other hand up as well. Keep the chin down, punch up, hand up and ready to go, ball of the foot. When you punch, you want to punch fast with this move. Out and back. Your hand should be like a pool cue. You hit it and snap it right back. When I hit them, right back. You want to drive it right in there, pull it right back. Bounce it right off their chin. That's our cross punch. Now we're going to work on the live action cross. We're going to show you the not to do's right away. A lot of mistakes that people make with this cross. Very important with Jason and I have to pivot. You see the difference in my reach. I can't hit him. I didn't hit him. My foot has to be on the ball of the foot, and I can't explode forward. I've got to open up your hip, your stance. How do I open up? Getting back to again. I can't step straight at Jason and try and pivot. It's like I'm on a tightrope, no balance. If he hits me back, I'll get knocked off balance. I need to step just outside of him. Step outside, pivot, and turn. Also, don't cock your hand before you hit. Watch this angle from here. You'll see it as I'm looking right at Jason. I'm cocking. Jason knows I'm going to hit. We'll go back to our other angle. You don't want to cock the hand. Just push it up right away into him. Another thing here is shoot directly into your target. Focus. Do not swing wild. See how I miss? I'm in a bad position. Watch that again. Focus into your target. Do not swing wild. I push right into his chin. When I hit, watch what I do. Shock his chin. That's what I'm trying to do. I try and bounce that hand right off your target. Bounce the chin. This is what it looks like if you do it right in slow motion. See what happens with his chin? You buck it back, and that's how you knock someone out. I don't want to hit up here, over here. He's not going to get hurt. You focus when you punch. You focus right for that chin or that nose. That's where you're going to do the damage. So watching it live on his target here, out and back. You don't have to kill him with this. You've got to hit fast, hit that punch like a pool cue, and push off the ball of your foot. Watching again, out and back. Turn that body. All the way, depending, now watch. He stays right where he's at. I can get farther away with this and work more extension. See, I can hit from farther away. Get more extension. The more you develop your dexterity with footwork, you can hit your opponent from farther away. And that's our cross. It all depends on your range, how you step, and how you twist. Now we're going to work on the long overhand cross. This punch I like to use defensively. I used this punch in one of my title fights in Sydney, Australia against Mitch Mandingo Ohala. It changed the whole pace of our fight, and I was able to take him out after I hit him with this punch. This punch, the trajectory is different than our standard cross. What's happening is I'm shooting around and in. A little bit differently, I'm going over and dropping my shoulder, almost like I'm throwing a baseball, but at the same time twisting and pushing. The arc pushes in. It's not a straight shot like our last punch. We arc it and then push the punch in. So I drop my chin, push off the back of my legs, and push that punch in. Especially if my opponent has his hands high. I go around his glove to hit. Watching it from this angle, I step around and hit their glove. You're going around their glove. Sometimes you can't straight cross. They're right in your way. So you've got to work around your punch. So you work around and in. Especially off of a knee or a kick, their hands are high, you work around and you twist that punch in around. And see, I use the legs. I've got to use the legs. Look how awkward this punch looks if I just swing with my leg. Drop that chin. Push the chin in. That's where you get the power. And in. That's our long overhand cross. Now we're going to look at the live action of the long cross. One of my favorites. We're going to show you what not to do first and then go into the brass tactics of how to make this punch work for you. This is what it's going to look like. What we don't want to do is throw the overhand or just bowl punch, because I'm going to miss. And as well, remember, you're going to hurt your hand. You're going to catch that guy's head and hurt your hand. This works excellent against someone who's got their guard up high. Watch what I do. I step in. I go around. See, the straight cross won't work. He's defending it well. He's blocking it right up the middle. Well, I need to trick him. I need to go around him. See how I catch around him. See that punch? I'm almost working around his guard. You've got to work around, hit it, push off the legs. We'll show you this shot one more time. You have to work around their guard. When you can't hit someone, you've got to work around them. Drop that chin and work around. Defensively, this is an awesome punch. When they're coming in at me, I drop. This power keeps them off you. When he's coming in, you drop and you can stand them up with this punch. Or if you want to kick them with a low kick after this punch, you push and walk in and kick. We'll work on that in the later segment. But the most important thing, drop that chin, work around that glove. See, I go over and around. He's not expecting to get hit. Watching this again. From this angle, work around the gloves and catch him. But the trick is right at the end, push in. Don't loop past. See how you miss? You push your punch in. Push in. You see that? Push in right at the end. Push in and twist. That was the action shot of the long cross. Again, range is what everything's all about in punching power. Now we're going to go with our short overhand cross. You've got to know your ranges. A lot of fighters make the mistake of trying to punch the wrong punch at the wrong range. We're going to show you how to punch from close range here. This one, we're not stepping much. We're stepping out, you're dropping your chin and hitting over. Sometimes we'll even work on stepping to the side. You can even step out this way and hit. We're going to work both variations. Watch very closely. You've got to get to the right in front of you, not too close. You step in, drop the chin, rotate up, 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 over. And see, I twist right at the end. You have to put a little English on your punch at the end. You just don't want to club your hand. You control your body right at the end. Twist it in. Twist. Watch from this angle. Twist right over, and you're trying to catch them on the tempo, chop their chin. Twist. This is my favorite punch. This won me my first world title against Stan the Man Longanitas. Knocked him out for almost 3 minutes with this punch. When done right, it's a very devastating punch. You just step in and twist. Twist, and you twist that hand into the target and chop. You want to chop that punch down. Now we're going to work on the short overhand cross. Very important. It may look a little different, or rather the same as the long. We're going to show you how it's different. Looking here, it's because we're closer. We use this punch when we're close. See, I drop it in close. Or sometimes even when they're on the ropes, we run out of room. Instead of coming in and he clinches me, I step over and catch him overhand. That's how we use this punch. The long, we were back here and we were going around the glove. On this one, we're close and we hit, chopping that cross. What not to do is to swing wildly again and swing past your target. Always, always when you punch, focus. Chop that punch in. And again, we use this very close. We can use this punch very close. Especially when we're in a tight situation, we hit close. Or from the side. When they're the side to us, we can chop. We can chop that punch. Watch it from the side again. We can chop it over. Chopping. Chopping. Again, this is one of my favorite punches. We knocked out Stan the Man, dropped Curtis Schuster with this punch. I use that hit. It's just not the swing of the arm. Watch my hit torque. That's what gives you the explosion. You drive and drop your weight. Drop your weight. Very painful because you're catching it on the temple, the chin line, even on the ear. This is a very vicious punch. When you hit, you got to hit with malicious intent. Close, you explode your whole body. And come through. Come through. Drop that chin and rip your body. Turn that back foot. That's our short chopping cross. Now we're going to work on our hook punch. The hook punch is so important as well as the cross. The hook is the finisher. A lot of times people only defend well against straight on punches. The hook is the blindsiding punch, and the hook is going to set up a lot of good kicks. We're in our stance. The hook, we're taking a small step. From here, we're turning the shoulder over. A little bit different if you've ever trained boxing, you'll see the pivot. From a longer range, you can't pivot in any mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, or kickboxing. The reason being, we'll show you shortly, you're going to get low kicks. Very important on this punch, it's the shoulder rotation and the fist rotation where we get the power. Watch me here. I step in, pivot. It's short and sweet. You've got to pop your shoulder, and twist the glove when you hit your target. You're stepping in and hook. Stepping in, hook. A little spring on that step. Watch from our side angles. Stepping in, hook. Stepping in, hook. Level swing when we do that hook. Watching again. So I line that arm up. Pop it right over. Step in, hook. Step in, hook. Step in, hook. That's our outside hook. Here's the live action hook. We're going to show you what not to do. On the hook again, the footwork is key. I just can't swing and he's going to catch me. I just can't reach because also low kicks are a prime factor to worry about getting kicked here off of the hook. So very importantly, it's a footwork. I don't step straight at him, slightly out. From here, pivot and turn that shoulder over. Turn that shoulder. Good stance. Turn the hip. So hip and shoulder twist. Watch one more time from this angle. Now watch our other angle. Watch how I turn that shoulder and hip on my punching. Slide in, slightly to the side of him, and hook. And hook. Very important is the application of these punches. When do we throw the hook? The hook comes on, you throw the cross on me, I move to the side. Now, catching him, hooking right over the top. He comes at me to the side, catching him with the hook. Another application is off of our punch combinations. I put him a jab, across, finish with the hook. You finish with that hook, a real easy one. Another great application with the hook is that low kick. Come in, hook him off that. Or if he tries to kick at me with his left leg, I come in and hook him. So a few different applications for our hook. Again, the power comes from the shoulder and the hip torque. That's our standard hook. Now we're going to work on a close range hook. Similar with the hand work, but different with the footwork and the range that we're using to strike. On the close range hook, we take a small step and we pivot. We pivot when we're close range. We don't have to worry about the danger of getting low kicks, so that's why we're not worried about the pivot. When we do the standard hook, we turn the hip closer, we can pivot and get more rocking motion or ring. See, I turn that whole body. Again, when I do the close range, I step slightly out. Step outside my opponent from here, so I rock that shoulder over, rock it right back in. Chin down, tuck the shoulder, and twist that hand on the target. Step, rock, pivot that hand, shoulder, rock it right over. Watch it again from this angle. You know? And you move lightly with those feet. Jump over, boom, explode. Boom, explode. Push off those toes. Good balance. Use that hip. Use that pivot. Rock hit right through your target. Explode. Hit level when you hit right across your opponent's chin. Explode on that short range hook. Now we're going to take the live action short range hook. We're going to show you what not to do first. This hook we use again when we're close. What I don't want to do is just slap. I don't get any power. Notice when I do it right, I turn my glove over. I have to step outside slightly. From here, turn that glove over. See how I get the leverage. I turn. You turn it quick. You step out, turn it over. What I'm trying to do is catch him right on the chin here. Boom, catch him across. Catch him on the side of the jaw, on the cheekbone, and on the temple. You catch him anywhere of these and you twist in. So again, real close. I'm stepping side to the side, and I spring off those feet, boom, hit across, pivot, use that shoulder, turn that foot close. Again, we're close, and we use it close. Where we can use this off of is in close. Maybe we go overhand right, we hook right off of it. You see that? In close. Maybe off of our uppercut, hook him. Or in the counter, he throws a hook at me. I come back and hook in. Watch him from this angle again. He goes, hook at me. I block it, hook right back. You see that? We use that close. We can use it even if he's trying to grab me. And hook. All right? That's our short range hook. Now we're going to work a variation of the hook that originates from Mexico. It's called the Mexican hook. It looks like a blend of an uppercut and hook, but a very blind, devastating strike. What I'm doing is stepping again to the side. The elbow position, see how my elbow points out a little bit. What I'm doing is shooting up on an angle into my target. Unlike the other hooks where I turn my hand over, I'm shooting up. I'm not turning my hand over. I step out to the side, pivot up. You're catching their chin on a 45-degree angle upward. So again, I'm just stepping in and up. Oh, a slight turn on the foot, but not that much. Just up. Stay in there, stepping in, and shoot up. Here's the angle from the side, keeping that right hand always up while I'm doing it to the side slightly, and in. See how I drop my legs, bend. Don't stand up and do this punch. You will get punched hard. I step in, bend the knees, shoot up. I'm exploding. Want to pivot that shoulder and the hip into your punch and retrieve it back. So again, I'm stepping in, up, right back. This Mexican hook is very, very hard to defend when you catch them with this. You gotta trick them. They're used to the higher line hooks. You come under the guard, up, stepping in and up. See that hip though? You gotta pop the shoulder, the hip, the elbow flies, and you tighten up your fist. Right at the end, you clench your muscles. That's our Mexican hook. We're stepping up and shoot it. Tighten up. Mexican hook. Now we're going to take the live application of the Mexican hook. What not to do here in this situation is not stepping. Just don't try and swing it because I'm missing. What I have to do again is step into the side and focus. Very important is focus. Just don't swing wildly. Shoot into their chin. Always look for your mark and shoot at it. It's like target shooting. I step in, I focus, and shoot up on a 45-degree angle. Watching it from this angle, watch the focus. Right here, we're stepping and shoot. Looks like an uppercut, but you shoot up and in. That's what tricks that. Especially if they have a tight guard, his right hand's right back a little bit, you step in. Application for this is a lot of different ways. We can even use it when he goes jab at me. You slip the jab the other way and crack him right here with the Mexican hook. I like this right off of the cross, a good long cross punch. I go good long cross punch at him. You come back, Mexican hook. You catch him. Or if you want to set up, good low kick. You give him a Mexican hook, jump out. Gives you more room to kick. You fake him, Mexican hook. Also, to set up a good cross bomb, you blend this with a jab hook and a cross combination. Jab, hook, you drive his chin up, come over with the cross. That's a few applications that we'll work on later in the combination series of the Mexican hook. Now we're going to work on the body hook, very similar to the Mexican hook. You want to take your stance, you're stepping in, turning again, get a little lower with your body, and you drop your hand a little bit. You can't punch down from up here. You need to drop your hand slightly and dig it up into the body. You're pivoting and dig up, and you can pivot this foot because we are close range with the body. You step in, boom, dig it up. Sometimes if you're farther away, you can do this from farther away. You dig it into the body. It's the 45-degree angle up that causes the pain with this punch. You shoot the air from their body towards their heart. Watch it from here, and the shoulder turn. As I step, I turn the shoulders and pivot. right into the body, get that hand snatched straight back up to your face. Step in, pivot. And again, right as you hit, drive. Drive into your target. You twist and retrieve your punch. Stepping in and pivot. Drive it right in there. See, I pop that shoulder, pop that hip, all rolling into that punch. Step in, boom, pivot. Looking at it one more time, see how my head moves from 12 o'clock to avoid any punches. Stepping in, pivot. That's a body hook. Now we're going to work on the live application of our body hook. We'll tell you what not to do first and close it out with a successful body hook. Jason and I line up. I just don't want to reach, stand up, and throw. It's very easy for him to punch me, especially if we're fighting with the elbow in our mixed martial arts discipline or Muay Thai. He can elbow me very easy into this target. What I need to do is pivot. Watch my pivoting, turning, and stepping in. See, I bounce it off the body. You got to turn that shoulder and you explode. You come in, boom, body, right back up. Very similar to our cross punch. On the cross, we get the power from the pivot. That's what the hook is all about, the pivot. You step in, boom, body shot. Now, very important, watching from our other angle, how to create a successful hook. I don't want to shoot deep back here. He's strong here. I want to shoot right up the middle, either on the solar plexus or on the lower stomach. I step in and I rip, boom, shoot the body up. When I'm hitting, I shoot that hand up into the target, and that's how I do it. Some of the applications of this, well, real easy. He shoots across at me. As he's coming back, we catch it with a boom, hold back. We'll do it a little faster now. He shoots across. He holds it back. He shoots across. Catch him on the way back. Another way, which I like, is off the cross punch. See how pivoting is so important. You use your legs. That's what punching power is all about, your legs and balance. I go good cross. He stays there. See the pivot one way? My shoulder's cocked for the next punch. Now I come back and pivot in. You see that? It's all about pivoting. One way with the cross, the other way with the hook. Pivot on the cross, come back with the hook. It's a great application there. Another way we can even use that hook is sometimes I'll catch him with a cross. He turns. He starts to run away from me. As he does, step into him. See how you drop him with the body shot. You might low kick. I low kick. He moves away from me. You cut him off and hook. Another way too, I catch him with a good middle kick. He's hurt. Bam. Sneak that body shot in. I might have caught him with a good knee. He's hurt. Just reach over, snatch the body. One thing I like to remember, stay on a target that's hurt. If I just caught him to the body, I don't want to hit to the leg. If you disable him, stay on that target and keep hitting. That's the body hook. Now we're going to work with the uppercut, one of the most devastating punches of the game. I don't care what type of rules you're fighting, this is a hidden punch and it's awesome to use. We're going to use our power uppercut first from our cross hand or backhand. What we're doing is stepping slightly outside of our opponent, taking, dropping our hand slightly, shoot straight up. You want to twist your glove or your fist right on their chin and drive up. You never want to punch above your head. You're going to miss wildly. And when I shoot up, I don't shoot on an angle either way. I go straight up, shoot straight up, and punch. Watch how I bend my knees in the torque of this punch. Drop your knees slightly, shoot up with your legs. Shoot up, and I make a good right angle with my elbow. Shoot up and twist. Watch him from the side, and I push off his foot. You try, push that foot as you hit their face. Straight up, straight up. Keep that other hand up, ready for a combination or to protect. Watch him in the angle, twist. Up, up, up. That's our backhand uppercut. Now we're going to work on the live application of the right uppercut. This is a punch that we use when we're a little bit closer in range. What we try and do here is split their gloves, but what we don't want to do is shoot off the mark. A lot of people drop, see I'm loading up, and swing wildly. See I'm off balance. Again, focus. I want to focus into my opponent's target, Step in, shoot straight into that chin. You see that? Straight in, twist as we hit. We want to step in, twist as we hit, pivot that body. Most importantly, use the hips. Just don't swing your hand, you're slapping. You want to twist when you hit to get that torque. Watching here again. We step right in and twist. You see I use those legs, bend, pivot. It's all in the pivot power. I've got to pivot and push out those legs, bend the knee. Pivot, shoot right in, drive that hand up. Never shoot above your head because I'm off mark. He can hit me with a right cross, right in there, a straight cross. I've got to keep my balance. I twist right in, straight up into my target. Application, real easy. I might hook and come in close. Bam! Catch him with the uppercut right off of it. If he's trying to clinch me, I take that clinch, uppercut, uppercut, and you keep him off. That's how you keep someone off on the uppercut. Sometimes we're too close. I step over and uppercut, keep him off me. Watch that angle again. When you run out of room to punch, you don't want to clinch or get grappled, step over, uppercut him. And that's a great way to use our power uppercut. We just did our short range right uppercut. Now we're going to work the long range. The short range looks like so, going straight up. On the long range, we're taking a little bit longer step and we're arcing that punch out. Sometimes when they're keeping those gloves wide out, we can split their gloves and catch them from a longer range. Watch how we do this. Stepping a little bit longer, but to the outside of them. Don't tightrope. Shoot that punch straight up, and you shoot that hand out a little farther out in front of you. Watch from the side view. You can get a little bit different look from the range. Here's what the short looks like. Here's what the long looks like. See how we scoop it out a little bit longer and push off our feet. Chin down. Watch it again from this angle. We take and scoop that punch out there. Here's the difference of short. He's right in front of me. His chin's out here now. Now I'm going to get him long. See how I pivot and twist. That's our longer right uppercut. Now we're going to work on the application of the right long uppercut. Very important though. We're going to understand what not to do. I've got to center my punch. Don't shoot off the center of my body. I line it up with my chin. I want to shoot away. I'm using that elbow. I push with the elbow and the ball of my foot right up the center. I shoot right in up the center. You see that? I've got to push off the ball of my foot right in up the center here. Very important is to keep that elbow in tight. See, if he pulls his chin back and my elbow's out, look what happens. I'm in and I'm off the mark. I want to go straight up. This way I can control my stroke here on the punch. Watch it from a different angle. You're going to see that uppercut right here. See? They pivot and straight in. Pivot, straight in. Watch an application. Once in a while, like a jab, he moves his head back. He comes back in. Wham! Uppercut him. See how I catch him? I time. He's pulling back. He comes back in. Catch him with the uppercut. Pulls back. Catch him coming back in. Right here. Boom. And uppercut. A great way to use that long uppercut off of the jab sometimes when they're pulling back. He pulls back, comes back in, time them with that uppercut. That's our long uppercut. Now we're going to work on the short left uppercut. Very important is the footwork to set this punch up. I'm in my stance, I step slightly outside. We're on the inside here, dropping that elbow, shoot up. And see how I pivot and shoot off my leg here. I step in and shoot up. Push off that leg. Step in, drop that hand slightly, shoot up, grind the knuckles, the glove on the target. So I keep my other hand up, chin down, hide the chin. Drop it in, shoot up. Watch the angle from the side. Now watch that hip torque. You got to torque that hip, set it up, torque. You explode. Keep that elbow in and drive it straight up. Push with that elbow. Keep the elbow in. Push. Watch it from this angle. See how I keep that elbow tucked and drive it. Step in. Step in. And then drive it. That's our short uppercut. Now we're going to work on the application of our short left uppercut. Watching here is the setup, what not to do. You just don't want to slap. I've got to use my whole body. We're slapping, I'm not going to hit him hard. There's going to be no power, and he can hit me back. I have to position myself. I have to move into the right position, and I don't want to swing off the mark one way or outside of them. You go straight up the middle of your body. Don't shoot above your head. Step outside of them and shoot straight up. See how I step in, shoot straight up, drop on that chin. Right in front of them, shoot straight up. Watch it from the opposite angle here. So I step slightly to the side of them. Why do you do that? Jason, throw a right hand at me. I can move to the side. I can avoid getting hit. I don't want to step straight into them and get hit. You have to be defensive minded when you attack them. So I step to the side of them, boom, uppercut. See, I'm stepping to the side of them, uppercut. A great way to use this is in a combination, and this is one of my favorites. Step in, short jab, uppercut, bam! Put the cross over the top. Awesome way. Another way, if he's trying to come in and step me at me, uppercut. You catch him with that uppercut right away. Don't let him come in. He comes in, uppercut. Real easy. If he's coming in to hook, you can counter, uppercut. Or even sometimes if you catch his elbow, uppercut right back. A great way to use that uppercut. Or sometimes even off the cross. You catch him, he balls up, you run out of target, step over, uppercut. Say you step over and get a better angle. You'll never see that punch coming. Sometimes the short chopping. I caught him, move over, boom, uppercut. It's good to set up the KO or KO. That's some applications for the short uppercut. Now we're going to work on the long left uppercut. This is what the short looked like from short range. The long one, we're going to reach them a little bit more. This is what it looks like again, short, not as much reach, long. You get a better look at it from the side, you'll understand the difference between the short and the long from the profile. Short, long. Watching again one more time. With the long, go reach it. See my legs, the base. I don't want to lose my balance. Strong base and long. Shoot it up and springing off those toes. See, I keep the other hand up. Watch one more angle. And right here, long. And pop that shoulder. That's our long uppercut. Now we're going to take the application for the long left uppercut. Very important on this. Don't reach without stepping. Get yourself in position with your feet and shoot on the center line. Don't shoot one way or the other. Go straight up the center. Move those feet. Move in and pop straight up. Looking again. Step in. Straight up. Twist those legs. Watch from the other side how we do this. Stepping in and shoot. Now very important, a good application. He goes jab at me. I can step up, catch him from a distance. Or if he goes kick at me to the body, I can step in and uppercut. He comes in again, step in, uppercut. And that's the application, the short uppercut. Or rather the long uppercut. The next trick of the trade is the spin back fist. This is a great move to catch someone off balance. What I'm doing here is step and turn your head at the same time and let your body follow. Mind you, this is the slow motion version. Watch this foot. It's got a pivot. You can't step, and you don't step straight ahead. You step to the side so that you already start spinning and back fist. Watch from behind. You'll get a better view of this. See how I step out, and I've already started to spin, and my head turns, and back fist right away. You land right in your stance. Watch again. We'll do this fast from behind. I land right in my stance. I'll come at you, and spin. Watch from the side. You step out, turn the head. Watch from the side, step out, turn the head. Very important, turn that head first and step. Now here's the application of the spinning back. It's important. We want to step out, turn that head, and shoot. Have control of your body. Very important. Turn that head, step out, and shoot. Watch it from this angle. And from here, step out and shoot. Very important. Hit with that whole back of the glove. Whip your arm right at the end. Bring that leg through. Again, whip it around and shoot. Use your hip, pull it in. Just don't take it for your back. Watch my opponent pulls my head back. Just don't swing wildly. See, I fall off balance. You've got to see your target first. A great way to set this up sometimes is if I miss with a head kick, he pulls back and he comes in, catch him with the back fist. Another good way is maybe if I miss with a jab, he pulls back, back fist. Keep it going. Sometimes when you're faking him, stepping around, bang, catch him with that back fist. Keep working on the toes, body jab, head jab, boom. You see that? Nice and easy. You can even double, triple up on this. Jab, back fist, kick, he moves back, back fist again in the stance. Some application for the spin back fist.